Namaste and good evening friends. I have always felt that the Indian epics, the Indian stories, the Bhagavats, the Puranas always hold stories that want to inculcate some values, some morals. They have a very strong message told through a story. So while we are struggling in our modern world, while we are trying to find answers to many things, I personally feel that we can find lot of answers to many psychological, physical issues or the modern world issues into these ancient books of India also. So basically this one story I have liked a lot, which is from the Bhagavad Puran. It goes like this. Once it so happened that there was a fierce battle in between Devas, that is the gods, and the Asuras, that is the demons. And the result of the battle was that the demons won over the gods. And all the gods were very upset. How come the demons won over us? And they started introspecting. So they realized two things. Point number one, that the Asuras, that is the demons, were very obedient to their spiritual master, Shukracharya, more than what the gods were obedient to their spiritual master Brihaspati. This was the reason one. And second reason, as a gift of obedience, Shukracharya was using the power of Sanjeevani, that is bringing back the dead to life, on the demons, and which is why even the injured, the dead ones were springing back to life and were able to fight fiercely against the gods. So because of these two reasons, the gods lost the battle. Lord Brihaspati, the spiritual master of gods, felt that even gods should be blessed with this special Sanjeevani Bhuti, which would spring them back into life whenever there is a fierce battle, even in the future, so that whenever there is a fight in between the good and the evil, the good should be able to win. So Lord Brihaspati decides to send his son Kacha to the spiritual master of demons, that is the Shukracharya. So now while sending his son, Brihaspati told only one thing to his son Kacha, that listen, just be obedient, and whatever hardships you have to face, please face it, because we need to learn this mantra. Win him over and learn the mantra from him. This is what a father, Brihaspati, told to his son Kacha. So Kacha goes into the Asura clan and pays his respects to Shukracharya and requests him to make his disciple. Now Shukracharya in his mind knows that why Kacha has come here, just to learn the wisdom of Sanjeevani. But as per his dharma of a teacher, that he should never say no to a student who has come to learn something, he tells him, okay, you are welcome. Now Kacha actually becomes one of the most obedient students of Shukracharya, more than the demons themselves. And now in the meanwhile, this boy Kacha falls in love with the daughter of Shukracharya, Devyani, wherein Devyani also is in head over heels love with this boy, and they both have spoken about their love for each other to Shukracharya also. Now in the meantime, what happens is the demons are not liking this boy much, because he is obedient, he is nice, he has got good qualities. Of course, he's come from the god clan and not the demons clan. So they once decide ki we will kill him. And the demons kill Kacha, break him into pieces and throw the pieces far away. In the evening when Devyani comes back and she sees that there is no Kacha around, she starts weeping. And she tells Shukracharya that I don't know where my lover is. Now you have to bring him back to life, because I know something wrong has happened to him. Shukracharya loves his daughter a lot, so he says okay. So he uses the Sanjeevani wisdom and Kacha comes back to life. Devyani is happy, Shukracharya is happy, and the demons are angry. Now again after a few days, the demons kill him, and this time they grind him into a very fine paste and throw the paste into the ocean. Now again Devyani comes in the evening, doesn't find Kacha, goes weeping to Shukracharya and tells him, I don't know anything, you have to bring him back to life. So again Shukracharya evokes the Sanjeevani wisdom and Kacha comes back to life. Now the demons are really angry, and now they decide that come what may, he should not come back. So what they do is, they kill Kacha, they grind him into fine powder and mix it into the wine of Shukracharya. And Shukracharya drinks that wine. In the evening, again Devyani comes back and she finds Kacha nowhere. So again she starts weeping. Here Shukracharya knows, when he sees with his Divya Drushti, that he has drunk the wine in which there was the powder of this Kacha. So if he tries to bring back Kacha to life, Shukracharya will be automatically dead because he will come out of him. So now he is in a dilemma what to do. At the same time, Kacha speaks from inside the stomach of Shukracharya and tells him, see, now you have no choice. You are left with only one option. You teach me the Sanjeevani mantra, so that when you use the Sanjeevani mantra to make me alive, when I'll come out and you will be dead, I can use the same Sanjeevani wisdom on you and bring you back to life. So grudgingly, Shukracharya is left with no option because he loves his daughter and the daughter won't stop weeping. So what happens is, Shukracharya uses the Sanjeevani wisdom on Kacha. The Kacha comes out of Shukracharya's body. Kacha uses the same Sanjeevani wisdom on Shukracharya and brings him back to life. With a grudge and with a little anger, Shukracharya blesses him that I don't know how you did this. You were an extremely obedient student and hence you had that strength and willpower to make things happen, and see what you have done. A Sanjeevani wisdom which none of the gods, none of the people could extract from me. You have done that job only because you were obedient to the word given by your father. You were obedient and honest with the goal he had given you, and then you were obedient to me as your guru also. So with these blessings, Shukracharya marries off Devyani to Kacha and they go back. Now this might seem like a fantasy story, which of course it is, but what we can see here is the biggest enemies of each other, the gods and the demons, and their gurus are also obviously going to first protect the interest of their own clan. But at such times also, just because the person who came from opposite clan was obedient and hence had lot of willpower and never let his inner strength go weak, could extract the most important wisdom and could extract such a difficult thing from the opposite clan. So I have always found this story very, very impressive, and we have seen this across many epics. The best example would be my favorite duo, Arjun. He was very always curious, but at the same time he was always very obedient to Lord Krishna. He chose Lord Krishna over anyone and anything, and he was obedient. Though he was curious, he always listened to what Krishna said, and we know he defeated the mighty Kauravas, he defeated the mighty Bhishma, he defeated every mighty warrior. He even defeated Karna. So this is how obedience always pays you off. Be it teachers, be it your guru, be it your spiritual master. And to speak in today's context, if we are obedient to the rules laid by the government or the organizations regarding our own safety during the times of COVID, we as a nation and we as a society and of course we as an individual also would be able to win over this COVID pandemic and sail through safely through this. Thank you so much. Keep watching. We'll meet you soon.